Hi and welcome to simplyswim.com. Now today is a very special occasion. We've come over to Wales, to the city of St David's, to visit Sean Conway and his team to see how they're getting on their amazing journey. Now for those of you who don't know who Sean Conway is, he's the first person to ever attempt to swim the length of Britain from Land's End to John O'Groats. Like I said, he's currently in Wales and we're just visiting him. As you can see just behind me, that is the boat that the crew are on at the moment. It's an amazing journey. We're just here to support him. We've given him some kit just before he left and we're just going to go and see how they're getting on.
It's going a lot better now than it did at the beginning. It's great, we've finally fallen into a bit of a routine with the crew and I. The first few days were really tough. Obviously I hadn't swum any sort of distances like I've done in the last 3 weeks, so my shoulders were really sore at the beginning. The weather was awful on the first week. The support boat couldn't get near me because the waves were too big. But as you know, the weather has been amazing for 3 weeks, so someone up there is looking after me and giving me some calm weather. So at the moment, things are looking good.
We're up and running a lot more and things are just running a lot better. We've got a morning tide and an evening tide at the moment, so in the middle of the day we're actually finding time to explore castles and shipwrecks and beaches and things, and Sean's getting a lot stronger. We're feeding him about triple the amount that we were originally, and he's getting a lot stronger and we're making our way up slowly.
Typical daily routine, well, it's very tidal dependent, but at the moment I've been kind of getting two tides, so I get an early morning tide and a late evening tide. So I get woken up by the crew about 40 minutes before I'm in the water. I'm in bed, I have a My Protein shake with carbon protein to recover. I then put all my kit on, which is quite a long process because my Speedo wetsuit's really perfectly well fitted and it takes a while to sort of get it on, and sometimes it's quite wet from the night before, so that even takes a bit longer. But once it's on, it's super snug. Then in the water, and I probably swim for about an hour and a half to 2 hours at a go. Then I need to stop and feed and eat and have loads of calories. I try and have about 1,500 calories every time I eat. And then back in the water.
I'm just right there next to him. To be honest, direction is one of the most important bits from the kayak. If he loses sight of me for a second, he veers off and is swimming back over to America. So I have to keep a really straight line next to him, and then I've got food and drink and just anything. If he needs anything or needs to adjust anything or has any problems, then I'm just right there.
Funny story, there's loads of funny stories. The first one being all the crew except Jez, the skipper, got seasick within half an hour of day one. So, you know, even though I put on the interview questionnaire, do you suffer from seasickness? And they assured me they didn't, but to be honest, even I was sick at the beginning. So there was a point where Em was in a bucket, I was throwing up overboard, Owain was on deck somewhere, and we actually made only 1 mile progress that day. It was quite funny now looking back, but at the time we felt awful.
To be honest, the fact that we've turned Sean into our child who makes strange little baby noises, and we're now bullying him more and more, the weaker and the smaller he gets.
Oh, the support from companies and brands and the general public and the charity have been amazing. War Child have been brilliant. You know, they're showing me a lot of love, and that's great to help raise money for people in Central African Republic. Speedo have been brilliant as well. They've got a really cool little page on the website which actually documents my route, which is quite, you know, there's loads of content on it, and that's great. And I got the Speedo wetsuits are amazing as well. The kit I've got from Simply Swim and Simply Scuba has been amazing. The kit that's helped me the most are the fins. I'm using fins when the tides are against me. There's been some places, especially when you cross some sort of big eddies, the tide sort of changes direction, and I wouldn't make any progress. So yeah, thanks guys for all your support. It's been brilliant. And just the general public on Twitter and Facebook, it's been brilliant sort of getting messages every 5 minutes and people showing their support, and a few people saying, oh, after seeing your swim I want to do the channel, which is brilliant, and that spurs me on. So yeah, it's been great. And the great British public generally en route have been brilliant. The crew and I have been offered free accommodation, meals, people have helped us go and get fuel and petrol and food when we come to shore. So yeah, it's turning into a great social adventure, which is kind of what I wanted it to be in the first place.
So as you've heard, an absolutely incredible journey that these guys are on. Sounds like they've been having a lot of fun, and obviously we've just left them so they can go on their way to Ireland. So best of luck to Sean and his team. Obviously if you want to track him or get any more information, just visit Speedo's website and their Swim in Britain page. Alternatively, of course, we're going to be blogging about it all over Facebook and Twitter, and of course visit our website at simplyswim.com.